Hello everyone. Today I'll be replacing battery on this 2016 BMW X5. To my left is my new Tesla Model Y Performance. 450 horsepower, 2025 with beautiful rims, beautiful color. I absolutely love both of these cars, and I'm having a hard time even thinking about getting rid of my daily driver, my BMW X5, which I bought in 2019, and I've had it for the past 6 years. My wife's been telling me to sell it, but you know, I love it. I love the car, and I'm basically maintaining it and keeping it, and I drive both of these cars here and there every few days. I don't want any one of them to sit. To get this job done, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need some socket wrenches, 8mm and 10mm, but more importantly, we're going to need one of these devices. This is the Authel MK808S-TS, which sells for about $650 US. You can find it in multiple places. There are also some cheaper alternatives to this one that you may be able to pick up. But the reason why we need this unit here is because once we install the brand new battery, the brand new OEM battery, we need to basically program that into the car. We need to let the car know that the battery is new. We need to enter some numbers from the battery itself, and then the car will be able to charge this brand new battery, according to the specifications. If, on the other hand, you do not let the car know that you installed a brand new battery into it, then that battery may fail prematurely. If you put a generic battery, on the other hand, you will have the same problem. The battery may fail ahead of time. So this car was assembled in 2015. It was sold in 2016. So today is May of 2025. So this battery lasted for 10 years, and I will show you in a few minutes what I can read out of the car, and you'll see that when this new battery was installed when the car had 0 miles. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to read out current information on this battery. We'll read out battery voltage, when the battery was installed, and estimated battery health in percentages. So to get started, we're going to plug in this Bluetooth reader into the port, which is located right there. We have a few options here. We're going to select service. From here, we're going to select body, voltage supply, battery support, and then we're going to press F1. Okay, so from this screen what you can see is the battery started condition is at 27%. The car has 197,000 kilometers, and it says here when the battery is between 0 and 30%, it says energy not available. I mean, this car still starts and it charges the battery, but this past winter, it's May now, once or twice when it was really cold outside, around 0 degrees Fahrenheit or about -17 Celsius, the car had hard time starting. So going to press continue here. It says battery wear on the basis of cycle is 27, and in the winter it has to be minimum of 36. and it's recommended to be more than 61. We are now going to remove the battery, which sits underneath here, and remove a couple of screws to gain access to the battery. So the battery is here. So we have a screw here, here, and a few screws down there. Once the cover is out, we can see the battery here. And here we also have a few screws on the terminals, one negative and positive, a couple of screws there, retainer there, some screws here, there. So these old screws need to be removed. I believe these are 10 millimeters and 13 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to get this going. By the way, when you're removing the battery, always make sure that you remove the negative terminal first, and only then remove the positive, in order to prevent short circuiting the battery to the ground, in which case you can have a fire and the battery can explode. Alright, so the battery is out. This is a 105 amp hour battery, and this is the part number, which, by the way, is no longer available. So these batteries you can no longer buy. This battery has been superseded by another battery, by another part number, and I'll put the number on the screen. By the way, I ended up pulling this battery out because I have to return this one for $18 core. So if I don't return this battery, they'll charge me $262 and $337 plus an additional $18 on top of it, respectively. So I'll just go and take this battery with me with my Tesla, and then once I get back, I'll put everything together and reprogram the car to know that it's got the new battery. Alright, I'm back. Here's the brand new battery. It's the original capacity, 105 amps. So here's the new part number. This one here, 61217604-808. And the battery is made by Varta, which is a famous, well-known German company. So this battery is a German-made battery. The battery is now installed. If you were wondering what the torque is, for those 13 millimeter screws or bolts, the torque is 8 Newton meters. For battery terminal, plus and minus, the torque is 5. And for these plastic ones, the torque is 2.5. Don't forget to plug in this drain plug when you're done, as well as this retainer here that holds the positive cable. So we're back in the car. So we're now going to use this service menu. We're going to go into battery management system, read, auto detect, the car has been detected. As you can see, battery voltage is now 12.08 volts. Hot functions. Let's check the state of charge first. Continue. State of charge. Continue. So this is not really giving us anything useful. Instead, we're going to go over to register battery change. F1 is display distance reading at last battery exchange. So this was when it was new. So we're going to use F2, register the battery replacement. So F1 is enter the battery exchange. It's the same capacity, so we will select F1. Is it original component? Yes. Is there a data matrix code on the label? Yes. We took a photo of that. Alright, so this is my number, as you can see. So in your case, that number is going to be different, so you have to enter the number that's written on your battery. Enter. Okay. Battery replacement is entered. Please wait. Alright, so it says the battery exchange was successfully registered. The following was entered. Last battery exchange 100,097 and 170. So just under 200,000 kilometers. Alright, continue. So May 17th, 2025 at 11:32. This is the information. Next, we're going to check one more time. We're just going to read out what's already been programmed to see if everything looks good. Auto detect. Correct VIN number. Yes. So once again, we've noticed that the battery voltage is over 12 volts. Before it was 11 something, 11 and a half. So a few days is required really for the system to evaluate the state of charge of the battery. As we've seen, it goes 5 days back. But nevertheless, we're just gonna look into read out basically when the battery was last time replaced. This takes a while, so service, body, voltage supply, battery support, acknowledge, okay. So here you can see the current mileage. You can see last battery exchange at 197,170 kilometers, and then you can see the state of charge. So the car doesn't know because it has not been driven. since the battery was replaced, but let's just see what's in there. There's not much there. Okay. So while we're at it, let's just read out to see if there are any fault codes. Auto scan. Scanning. And by the way, the total cost of the battery at the dealership was $335 US with tax. Another dealership quoted me $375, and then if we would have done this at a dealership, they probably would have charged us an hour of labor, somewhere around $250 to $300 in labor for 1 hour. Anyways, so let's look at this fault code. What this is. This wasn't there before. Read codes. Signal distance distance cover invalid. Right, so that's probably because the battery was disconnected. Okay, yeah, so this has to do with the battery. So we've replaced the battery. We're just going to clear this code and move on, and then I'll rescan it in a few days to make sure there are no problems. Cool. There you go. So this was the process. The battery has successfully been exchanged. We have a brand new OEM battery. The cost was $335 for this replacement. It would have been probably almost twice that much if I would have let the dealership do it for me. Yeah. So I'll keep you posted if anything changes. Thank you very much for watching.